So, I was browsing around earlier when I noticed this. What is this? The short version is that Bethesda have been working with Valve to allow mod creators to set a price for their Skyrim mods on the Steam Workshop. Truth be told, I couldn't believe what I saw. I thought there was no way they could do something like that. I popped over to the workshop and there it was, wet and cold, £3. £3 for a Skyrim mod. With a nice little starter pack costing £19 at a discount. At a discount. Congratulations Bethesda, congratulations Valve! In one fell swoop you divided an entire community and tossed aside whatever goodwill you've both built up. You took pretty much the last part of modern gaming that was truly community driven, the last part of modern gaming not motivated by the pursuit of money over all else, and added a system that could very well prioritise the pursuit of money over all else. And the best part is, you seriously thought no one would see a problem with this. I should say, I'm not directing all of my anger towards the modders. I understand why they might be in favour of a system like this, however I still have issues with the fact that Valve allowed this system in the first place. I was completely unsurprised to see the majority of the comment sections in all of the mods that charge for their content strewn with middle fingers to DLC, messages of protest decorated with obscure ASCII characters, a mod maker blacklist, and pages upon pages of messages saying that this was a disgraceful practice. Of course, there were defenders of this. At last, the modders get compensation for their work. I mean, if you don't like it, don't buy it, they say. I agree with the first point. I'm guilty of hoarding Skyrim mods with not enough thought given to how much work was put into them. I'm guilty of not subscribing to Nexus mods to keep the site running. I'm very much pro-modding. I'm all for seeing modders receive compensation for their work, but in the form of voluntary donations. Because when you release a mod to the community for free, you contribute to it as a member of that community, and your work is praised and critiqued by your fellow members. You will forever be the person who fixed an insane number of bugs in the game. You will always be the person who let you have more than one follower at a time. You will always be the person who let virtual characters get intimate. When you charge for that, you become a seller, the purveyor of a product. And those who were once your fellow members are now your customers. That community dynamic has possibly been forever fractured simply by slapping a price on your modification. You no longer make mods, you make DLC. And in pretty much every circumstance I can think of, I don't think I'd be wrong in saying that people would prefer a game that had a lot of mods rather than a game that had a lot of DLC. I understand the appeal of a program like this. To actually gain money from your already popular modification, give you some usable gain in addition to your standing within the modding community. However, do you remember, perchance, how people would get a bit annoyed when something about your mod didn't quite work for them? Maybe they sent a comment or two asking what they might have done wrong, or just asking for help. If that call for help went unanswered for any reason, any potential backlash might not be as bad as it could have been. And why is that? Because they can move on easily. It's just a matter of uninstalling the mod. That was their entire commitment to it. But now, people have invested money in it. The matter changes entirely. People rightfully get furious when things they've paid for don't work or aren't received. And not only will the quality of your mod be under greater scrutiny than ever, you'll be seeing a flood of angry people storming your message box should anything go wrong with the mod on any sort of scale. Because, as I said, these people are no longer your fellow users, they are your paying customers. I don't particularly agree with if you don't like it, don't buy it in this situation. As to me, that seems to be treating the symptom rather than the problem. It doesn't matter that there are still a huge number of free mods out there. Having paid mods in existence creates a divide. Those who have paid content versus those who don't. Charging for mods not only destroys possibly one of the last parts of modern gaming solely driven by passion for a particular game, it also splits the community of the game down the middle. It's no longer a big gathering of users sharing their work to a grateful audience of other users. It's a marketplace, just like PSN, the Xbox Store, and every other gaming marketplace out there. And in my opinion, we are vastly worse off because of that. What happened to video games, people?